Welcome back to episode 13. It is scary episode. Episode 13.
Oh, no.
We are actually live from my bedroom because there was literally nothing in here because there's supposed to be a new window going in like 3 weeks ago. It's still not in. And, we're doing some shifting around. We're going to be building out the brand new Nymore Boys set, which will be sick.
For another time, yeah. It's like musical set.
Yeah, but I think this time the set will be pretty much complete for at least a little while, But I'm on a new laptop. I got a new laptop, and there is a little bit of a delay. So if you see that, I don't know how to fix it, but it doesn't look like there is right now.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad.
I think it's okay.
I mean, on the bright side, at least it's not like freezing.
Right.
Because the last time it would freeze
Yeah,
on your old laptop where we'd have to keep an eye on it all the time.
Yeah.
And if it froze, like, you'd see us. We'd try to stop it and start it while we're doing it at the same time.
Yeah.
Or if that don't make any sense. But yeah, we'd try to, like, simultaneously, we'd stop the one recording.
This thing's making me a gig, dude. The fans are going so hard right now.
We'd stop the one recording and then we'd start the new one. Yeah, that is kind of loud. Luckily, there's our XLR and that won't be able to pick it up. Thank goodness. So
I don't think so, but
It
why
won't.
is that thing going so hard?
I mean, it's working hard, man. Like, you got a Mac, so
I know. I spent $1,300 on a Mac and it can't do anything, but it's been a bit since we recorded our last one.
Oh
Last
my
one we
God,
were in
yeah.
Montreal,
yeah, we shot that in an Airbnb.
and
Like,
then we absolutely mucked back.
Yeah, we grinded for sure.
Well, let's be real.
Okay, that's because you didn't want any of us to drive.
No.
We offered.
Let me just put it out there. Mitch is not a very good driver.
I'm a fine driver.
No,
you hold that little handle, like you're like dramatic, like you're being such a drama queen. Like
no.
we're driving at like 3 a.m. on like a 9-lane highway, and I'm not saying the line's perfect, even though I'm like the only car on that highway. You're
Yeah.
like, Mitch, you're gonna crash.
No.
I like go over like a line a little bit.
No, there would be times Mitch would be looking dead forward, right? Both hands on the wheel, typical, like, your perfect form for driving. Going down a straight highway, and then all of a sudden half of my car would be in the other lane.
No way, half of a tire maybe.
No, I am not kidding. It was like almost half the vehicle.
He was tired, so he wasn't thinking straight. He probably was kind of hallucinating. Like the car looked like it was moving, but in all reality, it was like a straight line. Like the lines for you, the lines were like kind of moving like this too. Like that's how you were seeing
I
things.
don't know. I mean, I might have been hallucinating because I slept for 4 hours and then drove for like fucking 12.
Yeah, well, the drive there. So let's
The
talk
drive
about
there.
the drive there.
Yeah.
We drove. Okay, by the way, we had to get up really early in the morning, and I figured Tyler was gonna drive at the beginning, so I was like, okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna stay up all night because I looked at the clock and it was like 3 a.m, and Tyler was gonna be over at my place at 6, so I figured, well, I could get like 3 hours of sleep and have the possibility of not waking up, and then just us being late, or I could stay up all night, and then Katie could talk to Tyler while I just pass out in the seat, and then once he is done feeling like driving, I take over the wheel and I mob. So that was kind of the plan. And we stopped in Grand Rapids, and that's about an hour and a half, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, an hour and a half, and we stop at the gas station, and it's kind of a battle right here already. This is where it gets pretty bad. So Katie goes off to go get something.
She went to the
She
bathroom.
went to the bathroom, and I'm talking to you, and you see me putting like these little like they're the cream like cups, but they were espresso shots. I open it, pour one in, open one, pour one in, open one, pour one in, and I did a bunch.
He probably put at least 4 of these things in there, and they were like, what, 100 almost 100 milligrams of caffeine per
easy.
one.
And you were looking at me, and
I knew.
You knew. So, and I was like, yeah, I didn't sleep last night. And you were like, unbelievable. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
I was like, Katie doesn't know yet, but I felt bad because I wasn't even like telling her.
I should have known. I showed up to his apartment at 6 a.m., He was wide awake, had his bag packed, cleaned his room,
Oh yeah.
but he didn't know where his wallet was. So I got to his apartment.
Oh yeah. Yep.
He didn't know where his wallet was, so I had to go pick up Katie at her house while he tried to find his wallet.
Yep.
We got back, you still couldn't find it. We went and looked in your car. Guess where it was?
It
Right
was.
there.
And the worst part was I went in there to look before you got there originally, and I must not have looked very good. So I was like, okay, this is embarrassing. Anyway, let's just move on with it. I lose my shit all the time. It's whatever. And then we were up through the Upper Peninsula, Michigan, and I got another thing.
It was a triple shot.
It
of
was
espresso.
it was like one of those Starbucks, but it was a can. It was like almost like an energy drink. It was triple shot espresso of something. It tasted like booty. It tasted terrible, but I was like, I'm down on this thing. And we were driving. I was like, okay, I feel like I'm actually gonna have like a heart attack.
Yeah.
For how much caffeine I had. And then I was like, Tyler, I think we gotta tell her. And she's like, tell me what? I was like, yeah, I didn't go to bed last night because she asked me that morning. She's like,
She asked you like right outside of Grand Rapids.
I was like, yeah, I went to bed around the same time as you. I got a good
as
night's
soon as he
sleep.
said that, I was like, uh-oh.
And then I just felt bad. I couldn't like keep it in, so I told her, and she's like, unbelievable. Same thing as you said, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then she wasn't having that for a while, and I felt pretty bad. But then we kind of moved on with it. And then we went over the scary bridge. Hold on.
That bridge was scary.
You thought it was a scary bridge.
This bridge is like...
It's Mackinac Bridge.
Yeah, it's called the Mackinac Bridge. It's probably... That was over 13 stories high.
Yeah.
How high do you think that bridge was?
Oh, yeah, it's pretty high up for sure.
So we're driving. I'm driving in the middle lane, so I don't have to be close to the edge. I'm deathly afraid of heights.
And it's got the grid.
All of a sudden, it changed to a grate. And if you look straight down, you can see the fucking water.
Yeah. Dude, that was bad. But yeah, so we were driving, and you were just white knuckling it the whole time, just both hands on the wheel, the 2 and 10 position, the classic.
Yep.
And we crossed it, and then you were just so happy. And then we went through Michigan. We stopped in Port Huron.
Yeah, it's technically called Serena, I think, is what the town was called.
There you go. So we stopped there, then we mobbed the rest of the next day. And that wasn't too bad.
Mitch was sketched out at the gas station for some reason.
Dude, come on. It was a sus area.
It was not that sus. And then we get back to the room. You shut off all the lights, go flying over to the window.
I thought that guy was trying to like wait till we went inside to break in the car.
There was nothing in the car that he could take except for the podcast equipment, which wasn't like super expensive. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, so I was like looking, like trying to peep through it, but not be like obvious. And then we went to bed and I passed out. And then I finally got some sleep. And then next day we mobbed, went through Toronto, big mall. We got to use a all gender inclusive bathroom.
Yeah, dude, gender inclusive bathroom.
It was a first time for me for sure. Walked in, I remember
you didn't go in. I did.
I didn't go in right away.
I did.
I ended up going in.
Oh, when you went back?
It took me a minute.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It took me a minute to go in.
No, okay, let me tell the story about when I walked in there the first time, right? So we get to this huge mall, and it was called like what was it called? Like the Yorkville Mall?
Yeah,
I think.
something like that.
And we get there, and of course, I have the bladder of a 5-year-old, so I have to piss. So I follow the signs to the, what they call them, the washroom. They didn't even call them a bathroom or a restroom.
It's like a washroom or
just
something.
Just a washroom. And you go down the hallway, typical like mall bathroom. It's down a hallway. And I go all the way to the end expecting to see the men's bathroom.
Yeah.
It's a janitor's closet.
Yep.
So I walk back, and I look at the sign, and it says, what did it say? Gender inclusive bathroom?
All gender inclusive bathroom. It was like a 3 symbol. I don't know what it was.
I don't know what it was either.
Yeah.
So Katie and I walk in there, and I walk around the corner, and it's all women washing their hands. So I got super freaked out thinking that I just walked into the women's bathroom.
Yeah.
And I was like so confused. So I asked a lady standing at the sink, I was like, am I allowed to be in here? And she like looked at me like I was crazy. Like, of course I was supposed to be in there. Yeah. And then all of a sudden a dude opened a stall.
And you're like, okay.
I was like, all right. But let me tell you, that was the most uncomfortable public bathroom I think I've ever been in.
Yeah, it was.
We sound so privileged saying that, but like, it was just weird. Because we don't have those here.
Yeah, so like we walked in, and like when I went in, it was the same thing. I saw like some chicks there, and I kind of like looked around a minute, And I looked to my left, and that's where the stalls are.
Yeah.
Like, women's bathroom, there's no, like, urinals or nothing. It's all stalls. It was like that. But they went, like, to the ground and up to the ceiling. Like, they were,
it was like their own, like, enclosed room.
It was like a little room, like a little one by one
Did you
room.
see how tall those doors were?
Yeah, the doors were really, like, it was like a little 1 by 1 room. It was, like, kind of weird, but, like, it was a nice bathroom. But
yeah.
it was just, like, different for sure. But, yeah, I kind of, like, waited a minute. I don't know if that sounds bad, but yeah, I had yet to like get the courage to go in there.
Yeah.
I ended up going in, it was all fine, like I lived. But yeah, then after we did that, we sat in a Tesla store for like an hour.
We were in that Tesla store I just wanted to go in there just to see it because like I'd been in one, but it had been like the only Tesla out was the Model S.
Yeah.
When I was in the Tesla store. So they had the Model X, which is the SUV, and the Model 3. And so we were in there. I just wanted to go in there really quick.
Yeah.
I didn't think that Mitch and Katie wanted to go in there. And then all of a sudden we all started asking questions to the salesperson. An hour later,
It literally just like
we're still in
it
there.
just flew by. Like,
Yeah.
It was so interesting the way he was talking about it and just all the features it has, the gas, like money you'd save. It was just nuts. But yeah, no, it was like crazy. And I don't know why, like one thing that was so crazy to me was the guy popped the hood. And, like, in my mind, I'm, like, thinking another, like, the engine.
like the batteries would be there or something.
Or the batteries would be there. Even.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking that. And it's, like, another trunk.
Yeah.
It's, like, the trunk, but it's in the hood. And it was just, like, weird to me. But it's such a, like, sounds, like, so simple, but it was, like, cool.
Yeah, it was a really cool experience. It made me start crunching the numbers in my head.
Yeah. Thinking, like, when can you get a Tesla?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, anyway, it was pretty neat for sure. And
what did he say? They have an 8-year no rust warranty?
Yeah.
I'd be willing to put that to the test here.
Yeah. Yeah. Literally. Here, dude, it's
We should have
nuts.
probably asked a little bit more about that. Like, I wonder what happens if you do get rust on it. Because he said there's no way that it'll get rust because of the material that they use to build the car. But how does a car not rust if it's metal? Because the car's not made out of plastic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, how does that work?
Yeah.
But anyways, then we're walking.
Yeah.
Mitch and I were going to walk into a watch store that sold like Rolexes and Omegas and like all these super expensive watches. Mitch got scared.
No, I didn't get scared. I was just
So
like,
then-
they might not let you in.
But then I just
Walked in.
built up the courage and walked in, was looking at $50,000 watches. And we were probably in that mall for
A
ever.
while, yeah.
We were in that mall
Been there
forever.
for a while.
And we were walking. We were just about to be done, but I think Katie wanted to go to like Forever 21. So we're on the hunt for Forever 21.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden the alarm started going off in the whole place, like the fire alarms.
No one gave a shit.
And literally no one gave a shit. And I couldn't understand. And Katie had said the same thing. When it first went off, I thought it said firearm,
Yeah.
not fire alarm. And so
Yeah,
I was
could
like,
see that, yeah.
I was like, I guess this is how we die.
Sure.
We just get shot
we
in the
almost
Toronto
made
Mall.
it.
We almost made it to Montreal. But no, we ended up making it out of there all right. And then we drove down. I don't know why Mitch wanted me to drive right down to the CN Tower because then it took us an hour to go 1 block.
Yeah.
And then Mitch was being annoying about it and started recording. I'm not even kidding. You know, like a normal intersection where there's a stoplight. There is 4 cars in this intersection trying to go down one single lane.
Yep.
So it'd be a green light and all traffic would be stopped because we're waiting for the traffic down there to move and then these people to decide who gets to go first.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
It was a shit show.
The waterfront was kind of cool, though.
That was cool.
It was pretty neat.
We went in this underground parking right by the river there and right down from the CN Tower. And that was pretty cool because there's like a boardwalk and the water came like almost to the top. Oh, and the duck.
The duck. The Nymore
True.
Boys duck.
The Nymore Boys duck. That thing was walking right up to us. Just we'd be standing there like looking at. There's like a cruise ship right there, or some sort of
like
big
a little
ship right there.
tourist ship or like a tourist boat.
And so we're looking at that. All of a sudden we turn around. There's just a duck standing like right by our feet.
I was like, "What's up?"
Yeah, and the thing like wasn't like aggressive or nothing. It was just like
They're just chilling, dude.
checking it out. Then we
Yeah.
like walked a little bit farther down, then turned around. There it was. The duck was back.
The same duck.
Yep, same duck.
Yeah.
And you got that snap of the duck just waddling down towards us,
Yeah.
doing the
waddling.
crip walk, as
Yeah,
Nick
it
Delbaney
was
would
crip
say.
walking.
So
Also, I don't know what I want to mention. The sales tax in Toronto.
yeah, 13%. You can miss me with that. Even though I ended up buying a pair of swim trunks that we never used because Mitch is like, yeah, my friend said that their family owns a full island in Montreal.
They did, but it was
And,
just it was like I thought didn't really have much time.
Yeah.
Like in my mind before we got there, I was thinking like we'd have more time.
I
to
feel
do
like we
stuff,
had like a ton of stuff planned, and
but we were only
did,
there
like-
for like a few days. So you gotta understand, like, if you're only
Yeah.
there a few days, like there's so much to do and so much to see.
yeah,
It's not so like I was just saying like these are things we could do, things I would like to do, but there was really so much.
we had a lot of stuff planned, and never really ended up going through with it until finally I was like, okay, we have to record this podcast in the morning because we did not log all this stuff this far for nothing.
I wanted to do one,
And I wanted to do one too, and Phil wanted to do one, but it was just trying to time it to where we had like some downtime to actually be able to sit down and record it, you know?
Yep.
Because Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Sunday, Mitch and Katie went back to the festival, and me, Phil, and Brianna didn't. And so we were just like checking out downtown Montreal.
Yeah, so they just hung out the whole day.
And ended up going to clubs. And if you want to hear any of like that story with Phil, check out the last podcast.
I was shot in an Airbnb.
It was shot in the Airbnb, and I'm not even kidding. I think at the end of it, I said I have to move my car right now.
Yeah.
As soon as we stopped recording, the landlord was at the front door of the Airbnb saying, "You have to move your car right now.
Like they will ticket you.
They will ticket you."
Like
and
she was being Ferda. Like
she was being
wasn't
for
like
the
telling
boys.
us. She's just like, hey, like, yo, they're gonna ticket you.
But
if you
we're
don't
on a
move.
one-way street, and I'm parked down from where I'm supposed to go.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you saw it at all. I literally put my car in reverse and just backed right up onto the curb.
Yep.
But yeah, she was actually for the
She
boys.
just came up. She's like, hey, yo, like these people, like they will literally ticket you. Like they will not hesitate.
Well, and because remember I said, okay, I've got like 3 minutes until I'm technically supposed to move my car.
Yeah.
I'd forgot that my laptop was still on Minnesota time. And so it was an hour ahead. So I was actually like 20 minutes past when I was technically supposed to move my car.
Oh.
So it's a good thing that she came and said after the street cleaners come by, they go through and ticket you. Because I probably would have gotten a ticket, and she said it was like $80 Canadian for a parking ticket there.
That would suck.
Which is stupid.
Yeah.
But
No.
anyways, yeah, it was kind of cool. I don't think we talked about the mall that we were in, because you only saw like a small portion of it.
It was
in
all
Montreal.
underground. Yeah.
It was that underground, and that was just like one hallway. It was weird. I don't know how we ended up finding our way through there, but like it was one hallway that you went into, and then you went like through another hallway, or no, you went down the escalators, and then it kind of opened up to a little bit more stores, and then you like went through another hallway, and then through another hallway, and there's stores kind of all along here, and then all of a sudden you walk out in this huge mezzanine, and it was 5 stories tall, like this huge shopping mall.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of cool.
Yeah,
We
'cause I
didn't-
got there and I was like, this place is ass.
yeah,
Like,
because
I thought it
Brianna
was-
said that there was like supposed to be a ton of stores, and there was like
They were all
5
locked
stores
and closed.
Yeah,
and
there was like 5 stores open. But
that was
we
all
ended
I saw.
And then we ended up finding like where the main mall was. And that was really interesting, because we ended up going into this one store because the mall was closing in like 10 minutes, I feel like, once we finally made it to like the big part of the mall.
Yeah.
And we ended up going into this one store because Brianna wanted to like look at stuff in this one store. And then that store, you walked out of the front of it and you were on the street.
Yep.
So
Well, and then we,
like 3 blocks down from where we went in.
yeah, and then I want to like hang out with you guys more, but I was like, oh, we got to get to the festival,
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't have JP's help.
Right.
So we were like, okay, like we got to figure this out, and we got there. But like, and everything's in French too, so it's
Right.
like I can't read any French, so I'm like sitting there trying my best. And basically all it really came down to on the way there, at least the way back was, I kind of had it figured out by the way back, but on the way there, it was like you just follow everyone that looks like
Like your
bunch of
typical
idiots.
like festival goers.
Yeah.
Like when we went there, I remember JP saying like, "Oh, these guys are definitely going to Osheaga. Just follow them." And you could tell because
Yeah.
there's like people wearing like cut off shorts. There's girls wearing like I feel like string
They had the space buns and like.
and string.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like just literally basically wearing string, and like we saw the one girl wearing band-aids over her nipples. That was basically it.
Yeah. So like we were like, okay, this is probably where they're going. And it was funny too, because that one time when we were gonna go that one day, or the first day, it was like a little like kind of park, and it was filled with crackheads, dude. I remember.
Yeah, dude.
We were
that one chick. You walked out of the porta potty and she was saying something to you in French, and you're like beep, and she got in your face.
Yeah. She's like, she's yelling at me in French. And the grossest part, this was the grossest porta potty I've ever been in my life. I'm not even kidding. I walked in, and just imagine, like, I had to piss. I was like standing, pissing. This porta potty, if I would have had to sit down, the shit would have like touched me.
Dude.
It would have touched you.
Yeah, dude.
That's how
that shit
stacked
was
up
piled
how high it
all
was.
the way up to
Yeah.
the fucking seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That was
And
nasty.
JP came out. He's like laughing. He's like, "You guys gotta hold your breath." And you go, and I promise you.
Yeah,
I like
dude.
open it. I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
I gotta get a good fat ass breath
Yeah.
of somewhat fresh air in, and then go in and try to like just finish, just pissing. But yeah, it was like if you literally would have sat down, the shit would have touched you. That's
Yeah.
how high up it
Yeah,
was.
dude, it was so gross.
Oh my god!
And did you
dude.
notice, like, 4 porta potties down, there's somebody in there, and then there's people sitting out front, and they'd, like, crack open the door, hand something in, and then the door would shut again?
Yeah, because JP was like, "Hey, guys, look, there's people over there doing crack right
Yeah.
now," and they were literally just doing crack in the wide open. They didn't care.
Yeah,
No.
dude, that was wild.
Yep.
But, yeah, I don't know. It was cool.
And it was interesting, and I don't know why, because you think it's like a Canadian thing, as they talk about their free health care and all this and that. You go to Toronto, and that, I'm serious, like, and the Canadians I know, like, they backed it up when I went there. That's the cleanest city in North America I've been.
It
in.
was pretty clean.
I'm so like, I'm serious. Like, that was a huge city, and it was super clean. I saw like one homeless guy. It's like one or
Right.
two homeless guys.
Right. I mean, to be fair, we didn't really explore that much of Toronto.
But we were
But-
like downtown, and like
Yeah.
we saw like this was the busiest part of Toronto, and then we went to Montreal, and I saw like quite a ton of bums.
Right.
So it's like you think it's like a Canadian thing, where it's like there's not that many homeless people in Canada, but Toronto was just really nice. But then Montreal, like, not saying Montreal wasn't nice, but it was like,
I will say it was much easier to get around, like, downtown, because we explored a decent bit of downtown Montreal.
we did. And we were in Old Montreal, which was like that really like all those restaurants. And
Yeah.
like, that was pretty nice.
Yeah, that was cool, because when you guys went to the festival, and we talked about this on the last podcast too, but like Phil, Brianna, and I were just like checking it out, and then we went to the Airbnb for a little bit, and then we met up with Brianna's cousin and his girlfriend, and then we went to like a couple different bars and stuff down there, and ended up at this one club, and it was honestly, it was pretty cool.
Well, and then, yeah, Old Montreal was like kind of cool. There was those squids that were squids of human beings just looking at Brianna and Katie. It was
True.
like, you fags. But then, the Ferris wheel was pretty cool. And then JP's like, "Hey, yo, check that out across the water." And we were trying to like, we didn't really know like
Oh, dude,
right
we didn't
away.
even
And he's
talk
like,
about
"Yeah,
the
that's
casino.
Osheaga."
And the casino.
And then the casino was there too. But it was funny because the whole way you wanted to go to Nino.
Yeah.
And we were like, "Should we stop there? Should we stop there?" And then we got to Montreal.
Because on the way
that was a sick casino, sickest one I've seen.
that was
I've been
a
to Vegas
cool,
before. Like,
yeah.
that's
No,
the sickest casino.
Like, if you think the casinos in Vegas are big, you got to go to the casino in Montreal.
What's it
is-
called? Do you remember?
I've got a ticket printed off right there, 50 cent Canadian ticket. It's all in French.
Casino de Montreal.
Yeah, so I would assume that just means Casino de Montreal, but yeah, it was a 5-story. I mean, this building was massive. No hotel connected to it, because normally, like,
They have a hotel.
casinos around here have a hotel connected to them. No hotel. And I'm not kidding. This is like the building looked like
It almost looked like an arena.
it was probably about the size of like the US Bank Stadium.
It was huge.
It was
nuts.
massive. It was a 5-story casino. It had 2 nightclubs, like 4 restaurants, and like 5 floors of slot machines.
So so you go on one floor, slots, and like whole thing slots. You go on the next floor, it's like tables like roulette,
Yeah.
like stuff like that, and then another floor would be like a whole poker floor.
Yeah.
Like there was one where it was just poker.
Yeah, but that was only like
That was a quiet
that was
floor.
like a private part of the floor.
Yeah.
Like you went up those escalators and it was just like a part of that floor was like all live poker and you had to be quiet up there because there was like, I feel like at least a dozen games of poker going on.
Yeah, and they
at
were
the
all
time.
just like,
And it's like what, 1 or 2 in the morning,
yeah.
and the place was packed.
It was booming, dude. That was a Friday, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Friday night. That was the day that we got. That was the day we got in because we ended up Ubering down there and went to that poutine place.
That place was good.
That place was good. And then we were gonna go into that Pyramid Light Club or what nightclub, like whatever.
Yeah.
But then we found out it was like $45 to get in, and then you had to buy booze in there too. So then it was
Looking at that thing gave me epilepsy. Just looking at it. Imagine being
yeah,
inside.
dude. I know. That's the thing is like I feel like it would have like really screwed me up, but
I mean, it looked sick though.
it did
It did
look
look
kind
kinda
of cool.
sick.
But then JP's brother said that it was kind of lame.
Oh yeah, he did, didn't he? But it was funny when we were like down that whole stretch. JP's like, check that out over there, and then we were like trying to figure out what it was for a second. When he's like, yeah, it's Oceaga right now, and it was bumping down there.
Yeah,
You
dude.
could hear the music and the
Yeah.
lights were going off.
You
over
could see
there.
like the dome and everything. Yeah, I was.
The dome too was sick. That like
Yeah,
at night, Montreal's pretty cool, like for sure. I don't know.
I'd go. I definitely like. I want to see once they release like the 2020 schedule.
Yeah.
You know, the lineup. I want to see who's there because honestly, it'd be pretty cool to go back. But I think if we do, we gotta fly
Yeah.
because that drive was an absolute grind.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got my oil change before we left, and I got a tie rod replaced. I got back, got my oil change, and had to get a new wheel bearing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's
a grind.
that's literally that's like a lot of wear on your car. Like
Not much driving. Yeah.
yeah,
It's crazy.
because I mean, it was over like 3,000 miles round trip for sure.
Yeah.
Because I was like 800 miles over my oil change, and normally they put it out about 4,000 miles.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Damn. Yeah.
we put some absolute miles on.
But no, that was crazy. And the drive back. The drive back is always the worst
Yeah,
because it's like you got really nothing. I mean, the only thing you got really to look forward to is getting home
right.
and your own bed and stuff. But like,
I feel like the drive home felt like so much more of a grind because on the way there we stopped and slept in Michigan, and then we stopped and slept in Toronto, and then went up to Montreal. And on the way back, we left Montreal and drove all the way to Toledo, Ohio, slept for 4 hours, woke up and drove all the way home. And by the time I got home, it was like it was probably like what, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night.
And I just
we
wanted to
left-
go home.
And we left Toledo at like 7.
Yeah.
And we absolutely mobbed back.
Yeah.
I will say that Sheets, though, that gas station, holy shit.
It's good, isn't
yeah,
it?
dude,
It's
that place
dangerous.
is so nasty.
It's dangerous, dude. So for you guys that don't know, when I lived out in Pennsylvania, this is a big thing out east in that Pennsylvania, Maryland area. It might be in New York, I don't know, but mainly Pennsylvania. This thing, it's gas station called Sheets, right? You walk in.
Don't sleep on it.
Yeah, don't sleep on it at all.
This place is nuts.
Yeah, so you walk in. I was trying to explain to them. I'm like, you can literally get anything you want. You can get like pizza, sub, burger, burrito, like literally anything
There's like
you can think of.
pizza, potato skins, wings.
Yeah, wings,
I got
dude.
a sub,
So yeah, you walk in and you go on like an iPad looking
Yeah.
thing,
essentially.
and you put in whatever you want, and you can. I'm telling you, you can get anything you want. And I was telling Tyler and Kate, I was like, yeah, dude, this place is sick. Like I would go to this place all the time when I lived out there.
Yeah.
It's just like, and then you guys weren't. I don't know if I was explaining it that well. The first
I mean,
time.
I had kind of known about it because I knew what Sheets was because of a YouTuber I used to watch. Used
Yeah.
to talk about Sheets all the time.
Yeah.
And so when you said, like, we were both kind of, well, number one, we needed gas. Number two, we were all kind of hungry. And I was gassed
Yeah.
because I'd been driving, like, all day.
From Montreal to Erie.
Yeah, that was in Erie, wasn't it? No.
Yeah, we stopped in Erie.
That's where it
Was
was.
it
Was in
Pennsylvania?
Erie. Yeah, so I drove from Montreal to Erie, Pennsylvania,
Hold on, let me look at the map quick.
because that was that was a lot of miles.
Yeah. So you drove Montreal to Erie.
Yeah, type that in. Go to Google Maps. So you can put in like a destination and a starting point.
Yeah.
No, like go to the Google Maps.
I don't have that.
Like just go on Chrome or Safari.
Okay.
What do you got to make sure you didn't have some hub pulled up or something on there? Huh?
No. I just want to. It was a gift I was getting you. I just didn't want you to see.
Oh,
Google
okay.
Maps. Okay. And what am I doing?
Okay, so go drive. Okay, and then type in choose starting point. Do Montreal.
Okay.
And then type in
Erie.
Erie. Yep.
'Kay.
How many miles is that?
It has in kilometers.
It doesn't show miles.
No.
Well, switch it around. Do Erie first, and then do Montreal. Now does it show miles?
482 miles.
Yeah, so it's 482 miles, which doesn't sound like that much.
It's quite a bit.
That's quite a bit, though, because how far is it from here to Minneapolis? Because even that seems like kind of a grind. Well, or how far is it from here to Chicago?
And then from Erie to Toledo is like 220 miles, which is what I did.
Damn, that went quick then.
The one through Ohio?
Yeah.
Yeah, I told
okay,
you
so
Ohio you can go through
so
quick.
Driving from here in Bemidji to Chicago, it says 625 miles. So
Yeah.
I almost drove all the way to Chicago, if you think about it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this Sheets place was absolutely for the boys.
Yeah, it's good, dude.
And that sub, I absolutely mucked
and it's
it
pretty
down.
good price for like what
Yeah,
what
that
you
was
get.
honestly, it was like, I'm trying to like compare it to something.
You literally can't compare
Like
it to anything.
my sub was kind of like a Quiznos sub, but
I
not
thought
a
you were
lot
talking
of.
about what Cheats is like.
Yeah, I'm saying like no, well, like
What your sub was like.
what my sub was
Okay,
like was
yeah.
kind of like a Quizno sub, you know. But Sheets, there's like really nothing you can compare it to, because it's essentially like walking into like Simonson's here,
Yeah.
which is like a nice gas station, not really a convenience store. But then there's like that full, like, basically get any type of food you want.
Yep.
Custom ordered.
Yep.
So it's like I don't know. You just can't compare it to anything, really.
Literally. So, but yeah, that was dope. I mean, I've had it before, but him and Katie both seemed to enjoy it. And then, yeah, I mean, the grind back was
We
pretty
stayed in
real.
honestly one of the most ghetto hotels I think I've ever stayed in.
It was pretty ghetto.
In Toledo.
Yeah. Toledo's pretty ghetto.
But you know, that bed was just like calling my name. When we finally when we finally got there, I was like, "Thank you." But yeah, I don't know. It's good to be back.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to be back. And then, like, why we haven't been able to get one out right away is I've been grinding.
Yeah, we've both been super busy.
Like, I was on my way back, which I was fine because I was pretty much out of money, like spending money and stuff like that on my way back. My boss is like, hey, I'm going to put you on for 7 days the next week. You fine with that? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine with that. So I've been just trying to grind and get some money. So he's texting someone. But yeah, so we've been pretty busy, and I just haven't had time because he works like a morning to evening type of thing, and I'm an evening to late night. So we just didn't have any time to do it. And I was thinking, like, and then the one day we were able to do it, you were in Fargo.
Yeah.
So I was
yeah.
like, okay, like whatever, like we'll wait more.
It was move-in weekend this last weekend in Fargo, so I went down there and
you didn't really move, but you
got
just kinda
shittered.
hung out.
Yeah, I didn't move in.
Yeah,
I didn't move nothing.
You just kind of hung out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but yeah, so that's kind of what we did. What else has been going on here? I don't know. I mean, not much to talk about. This
Not
one, I
a
kind of
lot.
just want to really talk about the trip. What do we have for time even?
We're at 35.
Yeah, so.
Well, okay, so let's just talk about some of the stuff that we've got in the pipeline for Nymore Boys.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is kind of exciting. We've been really kind of tossing around some ideas. right after this, we're gonna set up the new Nymore Boys set.
Yep.
Which we're gonna have to probably work out some kinks in it.
Yep.
But I think we've got a pretty good understanding of what we're looking for.
Yeah.
And there might be some stuff that we might have to add to it, like down the road.
Yep.
But then, we're gonna be. Should we talk about the other thing that we're doing, or should we kind of wait and get it worked out first?
I'd wait.
Well, we'll give you a little hint. It involves video games, and it's coming fairly soon here. We just got to get some kinks worked out, get some stuff set up, and I'm pumped
Yeah, that'll be fun.
because that'll be sick.
'Cause it's just gonna be casual too. Like it's nothing like crazy. So just more content. And then we said we want to try doing some skits too.
Yeah.
Think of that.
So we've been thinking of some skit ideas. If you can think of any like funny skits that we could do, and by skits I don't mean like stupid skits, like I don't know how to like skits that have something to do with like, I don't know. I can't think of how to explain
just
it correctly.
a dumbass skit. Like if it's funny, like I want to do it.
Yeah,
so
like
we have
some
a
sort
couple
of like
plans,
funny skit. So if you have any ideas for a funny skit, just let us know any way that you can, whether it's DMing the Nymore Boys on Instagram, DMing either one of us on Instagram, tweet at us, text us, whatever.
If I see you in town, just tell me.
Yeah, literally just tell us. Because we have a couple ideas, but it'd be good to get some extra input on that.
Yeah.
So, but that's basically all I got.
That's all I really got for now. I mean, I just want to kind of get back and get one up so people didn't think we like died or something. So,
and this is our first podcast in 4 podcasts that we didn't have a guest. Our last 4 we had at least one guest on.
That's crazy.
So we're getting back to the roots here.
Yeah, we are. So it's pretty sick.
But anyways, thanks for hanging out with us again today, guys. Definitely be sure to keep close eye on what we're up to, because we've got some good stuff coming down the pipeline. Be sure to follow us on all of our social medias. It's Nymore Boys across the board, or just type our Nymore Boys in the Google search and we will pop up. Other than that, check out nymoreboys.com. I think I have a coupon code on there right now, but I could be wrong. So definitely go and check that out. Make sure to follow both of us on Instagram. Bud Light, please sponsor us, and we will see you in the next one.
Later.